Welcome to DannyKam Butchery. We are located at stall number 56B at City Market. Today we're going to be making some chicken tacos, and we're going to be making crispy fried chicken, and we're going to put that in our tacos at the end. So the first thing we're going to do is to marinate our chicken. What we have here are some chicken strips. We've just cut some boneless chicken into strips like this, and we're going to marinate the chicken with a few spices and some buttermilk. Now, buttermilk is also mala. What it does is just breaks down the enzymes in the chicken and makes it very tender and juicy for when we cook it later. So the first thing we're going to do is to add our spices to the chicken. The first one we have here is some salt. We have to put salt in all our food. And then some onion powder, some garlic powder. We have some paprika here and some chili flakes. Now this is optional. You can add more chili if you'd like, but we're going to have just a little bit today. And then we are going to add our buttermilk. We want to make sure all the chicken is nicely coated, and we're going to mix this. Then we're going to put it in the fridge to set for about an hour. The least amount of time ideally you should do this is 30 minutes. The best you can do is leave this in the fridge overnight. That way all the flavors will infuse in our chicken nicely, and it will be very delicious when we cook it at the end. So you want something like this. I'm going to cover this chicken and then put it in our fridge. So the mala that we use today, if you don't have it at home, you can also make some at home. It's very simple. You take about 1 cup of milk, whole fat milk, and then you add 1 tablespoon of vinegar, white vinegar, or juice of half a lemon. You let that sit for 5 minutes, and then you'll have your mala that you can use. So our chicken has been in the fridge for about 2 hours now. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a little flour mixture that we're going to use to dredge the chicken so it can get a nice coating, and then we're going to deep fry it. So we're going to use flour. So you can use any all-purpose flour you can find. Self-raising flour, this is spelt flour, so any flour that you have. And then we're going to have some spices here. We have garlic powder, onion powder, salt, a little bit of chili, and paprika. So we're going to mix that in our flour because we also want the coating to have flavor. We don't want it to be boring and bland. So we'll just mix this into our flour like this. And then what we'll do is we're going to put our chicken in the flour, and then we're going to deep fry it. So mix the flour. Like that, and then we're going to start adding our chicken pieces, our strips of chicken. We're going to make sure that every piece of chicken is well coated in this mixture. So let's coat all our chicken pieces in the flour mixture. This is also a fun activity you can do with your children at home. Everybody can have a role to play. So once we have all the pieces coated in the flour, like this, shall simply make sure we shake off the excess, and then we're going to fry this in our oil. Now the oil is on medium heat. If you put it too high, it's going to burn the chicken and it won't cook all the way through. We're now going to fry our chicken in this oil. It's on medium heat. So we don't want it to be too hot, because if it's too hot, it's going to burn on the outside and it won't cook all the way through. Because these are thin strips of chicken, they'll cook in about 4 to 5 minutes, and they should be ready. Nice and crispy and really, really crunchy. And also make sure you do not overcrowd the pan, because if you do, then the temperature of the oil will reduce and the chicken will start boiling in the oil and won't cook all the way through. It will be very nasty. So just let that go for a few minutes, then we'll turn them and then take them out of the oil when they're ready. So we're going to make the tortillas for our tacos. So we're going to start by adding some salt to our flour. You can use any flour you have, but I would prefer you use all-purpose flour. And then we'll add some water. We'll put a little oil. And then we're going to mix this until we get a nice dough. So you can add the oil as you need, the flour as you need. If you need more water, if you need more, it's up to you as you're filling through the dough. So after I mix this, I get to a point where I just use my hands to bring everything together. Add a little bit of water. And then transfer your dough onto the surface and just knead it as you would chapati or mandazi until it comes together. So once this is done, we're going to end up with a nice bowl, and then we'll let it sit and rest for a few minutes. Then we'll come back, form little balls, we roll them out, and then we cook them on a pan. That's the process. So our tacos are now going to be assembled. We'll start with our wraps that we've just made. And then we're going to add some of this pickled cabbage right here. It's just red cabbage that we put some vinegar and then let it sit for a while. But the red cabbage goes down. And then on top of that, we're going to put our pieces of fried chicken. You can add a little bit more if you'd like, just like that. And then we're going to now add a mango salsa that we made here. This has mangoes, red onions, tomatoes, kachumbari, and then we seasoned it with some salt. We're using mangoes because they're in season and they make this very delicious. So put the salsa on there, and then we're going to add some pickles. This is just some cucumber that's been pickled for some time, so you place them there nicely. And then we're going to finish this with some yogurt sauce. This is plain yogurt with some lemon juice, some mint, and then salt and some sugar. So we just put those on the tacos like that. Like that. And then we're going to add one more thing just to finish the whole dish. We're going to have to add a few coriander leaves. This is just dhania, just to garnish it, make it look nice. And those are our tacos. So to eat this, you just take one, you fold the tortilla, and this is what you have. So all of this meat is available at City Market. We are at stall 56B. We're open Monday to Sunday, so feel free to make your order online, or you can come in and pick up whatever meat you'd like. Thank you.